At the start of the film, we see an astronaut from the Czech Republic, journeying alone along a river through a dense wilderness. The astronaut then awakens from his dream, prompted by the sound of a clogged toilet in his rocket. This first man, named Jakub, reports his daily routine to the Czech Republic's Mission Control Center. By this point, Jakub has already been out there for 189 days, well over 6 months.
It seems like the long wait is coming to an end.
Commissioner Tuma, hello from the outskirts of Jupiter.
It seems that the long wait is about to reach its conclusion. Jakub also explains that he is observing a magenta-colored haze near the planet Saturn, known as the Chopra Cloud.
Doing is for everyone back home, and that makes me very proud. I wish you could all see it the way I do.
This phenomenon has...
To the Chopra Cloud, I might just unravel some...
He thanks everyone for their support. Jakub has a wife named Lenka who is currently pregnant.
Still haven't heard from her.
Hoping to reach her husband, Lenka requests permission from Czech NASA to speak with Jakub.
I have to leave you.
However, the mission director prefers not to distract Jakub from his duties.
We're both on the Czech Connect. What's the point?
He isn't.
Jakub then asks his assistant Peter to ensure that the people at headquarters fix the rocket's toilet, which has been giving him trouble. He mentions having tried to handle it, but ends up feeling frustrated.
Did he sleep?
I tried, but just maybe I...
Jakub drifts off and has a strange dream about something entering his body. Later, once he finishes his tasks, Jakub feels hungry. At that moment, he sees an astonishing sight. A giant spider has appeared in the rocket, and remarkably, this spider can talk.
I was lulled by the meditative sounds of your tune.
What's going on, hello?
Jakub, who remains on the phone with Peter, declines to mention the giant spider directly, only saying that there is a problem on board.
Well, we're not seeing anything on our sensors down here.
Peter responds that they are not detecting anything unusual on their sensors. Fearing for his safety, Jakub steps into the isolation chamber and tries to eradicate the spider by releasing a special gas.
What? Why?
As a precaution.
Yep, said they want you to say the slogan first.
What? Let germs ruin your day. Bamba, away.
You need to talk to me.
After the gas dissipates, Jakub goes back to inspect the area, but the spider is still alive.
We can't have Dr. Kura come in. Okay.
Worry.
The control center suggests calling a person if the situation worsens, yet Jakub, feeling uneasy, tries to have a conversation with the spider.
Only I am as real, for you do not do that.
The spider insists that it does not mean him any harm and explains that its species is now extinct.
No. As you are.
You can't be.
Why are you here? Studied your history, learned your languages yet.
In a flurry of surprise, Jakub stammers in disbelief. The spider then remarks that it has studied Jakub's history, language, and even read his thoughts, discovering the weight of Jakub's loneliness out there in space, as well as how much he misses his wife. Sensing Jakub's isolation, the spider grows curious, commenting that this place might become their shared home. Jakub, anxious about his own emotions, starts to realize how his mind has been drifting.
Being amputated so much of myself, I don't even know who I am anymore. What have you...
It seems your mate is...
Meanwhile on Earth, Lenka has gone to stay at her mother's house. finding it too difficult to continue waiting with no word from Jakub for 6 months.
We'll find her. Don't worry.
Rangers in the forest. I already can. I always am.
Back on the rocket, Jakub warns the spider not to get in his way.
This room's off limits.
The spider asks for food, so Jakub graciously gives it some hazelnut chocolate.
Skinny human. Just like you, I fled my planet. I wish to sample them. You sent them in such...
Where is home for
Rich and creamy.
It's one way, I suppose.
The spider thanks him. A short while later, the spider calls for Jakub during one of his routine tasks, urging him to look at the Chopra cloud. It reveals that this magenta fog was once its home.
Praise.
Perhaps. Skinny human. Even the universe itself. Why commit to a promise if it can readily be broken?
It's pulling us in.
Jakub seems both amazed and confused. Gradually, the man and the spider become closer, sharing little snippets of conversation.
Pleasant.
Switching scenes again to Earth, Lenka confides in her mother, saying she can no longer endure Jakub's self-centered behavior. She mentions how their relationship has been strained since he left on the mission.
You were wrong all the time. I love that he was ambitious.
Back on the rocket, Jakub finally bestows a name upon the spider, calling it Hannes. The spider, pleased by this, practices pronouncing it.
Hanush.
Hanush. I will be called Hanush.
Sometimes the spider reads pieces of Jakub's memory, mentioning glimpses of Jakub's father.
After my father died, my dreams got bigger.
Did you always want to be a cosmonaut?
Well, where are you taking me?
I thought.
And Hannes even shows an odd fascination with the clogged toilet sounds on the rocket, joking that it finds the concept of hatred puzzling, or hinting that it can sense Jakub's inner fears.
Great deal of guilt.
Yours doesn't?
At first I answered your thoughts with you, but what purpose does this serve? You believe this great mission will atone for the sins of your father. May I ask?
During another communication session, the mission director visits Lenka and tells her that Jakub truly does still care for her.
I have left him.
No. My job is to protect him.
She explains that Jakub just needs to finish his mission. However, Lenka confesses her uncertainty about Jakub's actions and whether he is really still committed to their relationship.
Holding on.
I'm sorry, I can't help you.
A love story.
I'm not sure he does.
Back in orbit, a speck of the Chopra cloud seeps into the rocket.
You be there first.
Just time.
It's an old conversation from months ago.
Because of your dad.
Hanush, is that?
A grain.
Jakub, who notices the small particle, attempts to capture it as a sample for scientific study. However, the presence of the Chopra cloud disrupts Jakub's link to mission control, causing communications to go down.
Peter, what the fuck?
Hannes tries to console Jakub, assuring him that there is nothing to fear.
Do you see that?
You have nothing to fear, skinny human.
At one point, the spider delves further into Jakub's memories, criticizing Jakub's decision to leave Lenka behind for this mission.
It's one of dread.
I can't do that.
I think you could.
there, haven't they? You had the event described.
So, I just feel so alone.
What for?
Emergency. Let me call you back.
It is of value.
Stung by the truth, Jacob feels genuine regret.
I will leave you to your mission.
I need you.
Be helped.
No!
Need to come back with a very different discovery.
No. Wait.
Eventually, he manages to reconnect with Peter, telling him that he wants to speak with Lenka, hoping to patch things up.
I want you to go and see Lenka.
Right now, we have a lot going on.
Peter goes to see Lenka, explaining Jacob's wish to call her.
I need to do what I can to alleviate Jakob's mental state. Wait outside.
Although Lenka picks up the line, she remains silent, simply listening to her husband's heartfelt confessions.
Lenka,
I get it now. I do.
you were right there in front of me, and I didn't see you.
I don't deserve you.
If I could do it again, I'd do it better.
Jacob acknowledges his mistakes and admits that he ignored her feelings. Overwhelmed, he declares that he feels unworthy. Seeing Jacob in distress, Hannes returns to comfort him, apologizing for abandoning him earlier. Hannes admits that it was not entirely honest before and that, in truth, it was frightened by human behavior. Jacob also apologizes, realizing the importance of companionship, especially in these lonely surroundings. The story progresses as Jacob receives word from Mission Control that a rescue vessel is finally on its way to retrieve him. Everyone is excited about his extraordinary findings, including what he has learned from the Chopra cloud. Jacob expresses relief that he will soon be returning to Lenka.
You're really good in it.
It's okay, Peter.
And to Lenka, of course.
Suddenly, gravity from the Chopra cloud pulls Hannes out through the rocket's airlock, flinging the spider into open space.
Arm engaged.
We read you now. We are recording you.
Catastrophic system failure.
Hanush! Hold on, I'm coming!
Alarmed at the spider's potential peril, Jacob rushes outside the rocket in an attempt to save Hannes, refusing to abandon it to a tragic fate.
What are you doing with the bomber?
Going out!
Are you fucking crazy? Forget Chopra.
With the decontaminant.
In doing so, Jacob and Hannes become trapped within the swirling Chopra cloud.
Death will not yet find me. Let me show you.
Inside this ethereal mist, Jacob experiences visions that let him see all of time, past, present, and future, colliding at once.
Your past and your future. This is it. This is everything.
The phenomenon reveals glimpses of everything, as though the cloud itself contains the threads of existence. With no clear escape, Jacob and Hannes face what appears to be their final moment. Hannes, resigned, shares the last of its hazelnut chocolate with Jacob, recalling the spider's fondness for it.
Got something for you.
Grateful for their short but meaningful bond, Hannes offers its thanks to Jacob and gradually vanishes into the luminescent haze.
Tastes like home for you, your Lenka.
Thank you, Hanush, for everything.
Jacob, losing consciousness, revisits his dream from the very beginning of the film, picturing himself back in the forest with Lenka.
I'm good with that.
Unexpectedly, rescue does come in time, and the mission team brings Jakob to safety before his life slips away. In the closing scene, we see Jakob on a call with Lenka, expressing his sincere determination to mend their relationship. The movie concludes with hope for their future.
I had known then what I know now.
If I'd known then what I know now.
Would you kiss me again?
It was a really good kiss.
If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Because by subscribing, you have supported me to make better videos. See you in the next video.